I'm Lisa with Dessert Net Cafe. And in 2006, I started the first online only bakery. Yep, I baked and shipped Southern cakes and desserts all over the US, right from my kitchen under the cottage food laws. So I know it's possible, and I know it's possible for you to build a six-figure plus baking business directly from your own kitchen. So even though it's a fun, amazing, and money-making business, let's talk about the top reasons that baking businesses fail. Hello bakers, and congratulations on starting your baking business. First of all, it's for those of you that are just starting, I'm telling you, at that point, that was my third business. And it was the happiest business I've ever had, hands down. But in order for me to be able to say that, I had to streamline my business in every element so that it was drama free and it wasn't a stressful business and I wasn't overwhelmed. And I'm here to tell you that you can get to that point, that you can do it, and you can be financially successful with a baking business. What I don't teach is baking. If you're going to be a professional baker, master your skill. Learn your skill, and then let's talk business. And I will show you how to turn your baking skills into a moneymaker. Because here's the truth. As much fun as it is, it's delicious, it smells good, people love it, it's still a business. It's far more than flour and sugar. Because I want you to have a successful business and enjoy it as much as I did. Let's talk about the top reasons that baking businesses fail. It's for you to be aware of them and for you to put in place what's necessary to help you overcome them or avoid them altogether. So let's get busy. Number one is expecting family and friends to build your business. Your family might love your cakes. But that doesn't mean that they're your customers. Compliments don't pay bills. Likes on social media doesn't pay your bills. Freebies don't pay your bills. You need to find your market. You need to find the people who actually want and need and are willing to pay for what you sell. Number two, your menu. Unclear brand identity, limited product range, overly complicated menu. Hear me out. There is power in your menu. Your menu is your brand. It tells people who you are. It tells them what you sell. It tells them what you make. And it tells them how you're different. If it's confusing, if it's too broad, customers won't know what to order. They won't salivate for anything. You won't be top of mind. And you'll waste time and money trying to please everyone with a menu that's just too broad. I have a live Q&A and an on-demand training coming up called The Power of the Menu. And this is where we're strictly going to talk about and focus on getting your menu so tight and so streamlined that it will remain top of mind with your audience. It will build your brand, and that's how you start to get loyal customers and repeat business. That's how you get word of mouth. You cannot expect to get word of mouth if you're a small new company and nobody knows you. Big businesses get word of mouth. Businesses that have built their brand get word of mouth. You can be small, but if you're different, if you're unique, if you're identifiable, if you're memorable, you can get word of mouth and be small. I only had 4,000 customers, and they're still tracking me down. I don't even have a website up, and they're calling me during the holidays. Like, I found you on social media, and then an old ad, and then your number changed, but then I saw your email, and because I went back to my PayPal, and I'm like, I'm not even in business anymore. Actually, I'm in London. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, but that's the magic of building a brand and building a loyal following, I'm going to tell you something really, really special at the end of this video. It's not going to be for everybody, but the next one is lack of marketing. This is huge. And as an accountant, as an entrepreneur, I come from different perspectives when I'm talking about business. And I can tell you, as an entrepreneur and as an accountant, there's two critical things that everyone needs in business: marketing and money management. If you're not an accountant, or if you're not a marketing professional, you're going to have to learn these two skill sets in order to be successful in business. Now, that doesn't mean you have to do it. You can hire help to do it. That's the beauty of being the CEO. But you do need to understand it. You do need to articulate to your marketing team who you are and what you're trying to convey. Leads me right into the next one. Is unidentified target market. Not everyone is your customer. I know it's cakes, I know it's sweet, I know it's delicious, but guess what? Everyone doesn't like or can eat cake. So, knowing who you're baking for and why helps you create the best products, branding, and even pricing. Next one, the high cost of ingredients. If your prices or your sourcing aren't sustainable, you'll never see the real profit. You have to shop smart. You have to buy in bulk when possible. You have to price for profit. All of those things matter. Far too often, home bakers run to the grocery store to get their ingredients. But that is not your go to place for business. Use resources that allow you to buy your main ingredients in bulk at a far, far, far cheaper price than retail. We have a cost and pricing worksheet specifically for the baking business, and there's a few tabs in this Excel workbook, and one of them is an inventory and supplies tab. So not only will you see the ingredients and where you should probably be on cost for your ingredients, but I also have a tab in there for your packaging. That would be a great resource, but it's directly from Direct Dessert Cafe. So that's how we packaged our products. But that doesn't mean that you can't use the resources to find new or different type of packaging for yours. The next one is underpricing your products. I see this so much. It's a good business. It's a delicious business, but it's business. And every product needs to be profitable. Every slice of cake, every cake ball, every cupcake, everything you do has to be profitable. If it's not profitable, if you're asking people what they're charging for their products and you're not making a profit because you're charging what everybody else is charging or something like that, you're just digging yourself in a hole. And you're not going to enjoy your business. And you're going to wish that you knew what you did wrong so that you could have this amazing business that you always wanted. I want you to, for those of you that are struggling with determining cost, establishing your pricing, once you do this, break out a calculator. It's not that difficult. And that's it. And you don't have to negotiate. You don't have to talk about it. You don't have to ask anybody for money. There it is. That's my price. That's it. That's all. So jump in the pricing for profit on demand. That's going to help you a lot if that's what you need to do. The next one is a lack of production. And that also is about organization. You can't scale your business in the middle of chaos. So again, structure your workflows so that you can handle more orders without losing quality. The next one is inconsistent quality. As a new baking pro, if you've been in business long enough, the first time a customer says, "Why is this so small? Why is this bigger than the one Why is this not the same size as the one? That's when you realize I've got to be consistent. But you've got to be not only in size, you've got to be consistent with the taste, using the same quality ingredients that you said you used in your label. Consistent in the quality. Some burnt, some undercooked, some. What's your system? Why isn't everything exactly the same?
Next, number 8, time management issues. Now, if you're always behind on orders, if you're forgetting deadlines, it's time to streamline. That system that you create for the consistency will also save your sanity and protect your reputation because it'll keep you baking, packaging, shipping, delivering, and being prepared on time because you have a system, a way of doing things.
And here's something I see a lot that I really want to get out there. Under no circumstances is it perfectly okay to casually start your business. I'm just going to do this little baking business thing and make a few bucks. And here's why. What you're selling, people are consuming. They're digesting your food. So we're talking safety, we're talking health, and that's why it's really important that you adhere to rules and standards even beyond the cottage food laws. This is what you're in the business of doing. The bottom line is you're selling food to the public. This is a serious responsibility when it comes to health, safety, packaging, storage, how you're labeling the food, and of course the legal compliance of it all.
The next one is inappropriate packaging. Your packaging is part of your brand. It protects your product, influences perception, and impacts your cost. So treat it like a business decision, not just an afterthought, because everything in the unboxing of your product is so delectable and so inviting and so visually appealing that your packaging, the smell, the way it appears, it just automatically heightens the taste. Now, next one is I call it disruptive order processing. And this is when you have messy systems because messy systems cause you to lose money. I want you to think about how you can simplify how you take orders, how you track them, how you fulfill them, so nothing slips through the cracks. Again, this goes back to building a system and say, this is how I handle my orders. And once you say, okay, I bake cookies, this is my system. I get an order. This is what I do. This is how I store it. This is how I package it. This is how I deliver it. Then I want you to take that simple system that you just created and say, if I get 10 orders, is it going to be exactly the same process or is something going to need to change? The next one, a lack of financial management. Financial management is what you do with the money that you make, because you need to reinvest some of that back into your business, back into marketing, back into inventory, back into packaging. The list goes on and on. So getting your financial information and your cash flow under control, it's not going to be a problem for you. You just have to buckle down and get interested in the numbers part of running your business because that's where the action is.
You do need to understand your financials because I'm telling you, and I can't say it enough, your financial information is where you understand your business, how you build a successful business, how you build wealth, how you manage your money, how do you manage your cash flow is in your financial information. You're not doing yourself a service by ignoring the numbers and running away from spreadsheets or hiding from the word budget. You're not doing yourself any good. You're going to be in the same position this time next year, 5 years, in 10 years from now because you don't understand what your financial information is telling you. Financial information quantifies activity. What's going on, what's going in, what's coming out, what's going on, what's happening. That's what financial data is, and you've got to understand that.
Next one, number 15, a lack of cash flow. Here it is. Stop chasing customers for payments. I am absolutely shocked when I go into these baking groups and I see gotten orders. They've invested in inventory. They've actually taken the time to produce the order and even deliver. And guess what? Waiting, chasing customers to pay you. There is no way on this planet Earth you should be waiting to get paid. You need to get a little tougher on your money because you got bills to pay too. You need to get paid before you bake. Don't take another order. Don't bake another order. Don't buy ingredients for another order that you have not been paid for. Or set up your website and you don't have to talk to anybody about price because they're not going anywhere without paying you. There won't be an order without paying you. There's nothing to talk about. They go online, they shop just like you do when you go online, they pay, you get the order, you produce, you deliver. Next is all of this is going to help you scale. If you have an inability to scale, you can't build a six-figure business or seven figures or anything else, selling anything to the same 10 people. That's why I stress to you, your family and your friends are not your target. People that want to pay you are your target market. You have to find the target market that wants what you're selling. Learn how to build, learn how to grow, learn how to expand, learn how to ship, learn how to wholesale, learn how to partner, learn how to collab. All of this will allow you to reach more customers and scale your business. A lot of people don't know what scaling is. Scaling is keeping cost or even lowering cost while making more sales. That's scaling.
Up to. The next one is a lack of knowledge. Even the best recipes can't save a business that doesn't know its numbers. So you need to learn how to price, how to track, how to manage your time and resources. Let me say this, learning and understanding your business takes time. That's the honest to goodness truth. However, with No Boss Workshops, because it is an interactive business planning guide, as you go through the business planning process, you're learning about business. You're building your business acumen and you're becoming a better entrepreneur. Now, in addition to that, it's using what we call a workshop environment because you're learning, planning, and actually doing each of the tasks and the steps that's relevant to your business. What does this mean? This means you're going through the process and you're building your business, testing your ideas, and starting your business in real time. And I just don't think it gets any more powerful than that.
Okay. So those are the 16 reasons why baking businesses fail. But the good news is that every one of these is fixable. At No Boss, we create actionable content. And when you join Hub 5, that's a great place that we talk about in our live Q&A discussions how the cottage food laws in your specific state and how you can continue to build, grow, and expand and scale your business within your state under your cottage food laws. And if you're serious about building your six-figure or more baking business from home, Check out our Fast Start Toolkit. There's a startup budget, there's options for selling, there's cottage food laws information, there's ways to make fast money to get your business up and running quickly.
Specific marketing for your baking business, I've addressed in my course, How to Start a Baking Business That Ships. For ongoing marketing strategies, tips, tools, resources, that's what we're doing in our Facebook group, No Boss Hub 2, Marketing Strategies and Momentum. We're constantly talking about strategies, working out different strategies for your business. And then you can camp on anything else that we have, that we are developing and working on and talking about in Hub 2.
So before I let you go, I have a very special announcement that I promised you. Something I've been working on behind the scenes for all my fellow baking business pros who are really serious about turning their passion into a profitable, sustainable business. I'm officially launching No Boss Ignite. It's our mentorship program. And the very first track is for you, the Baking Business Pro track. Enrollment is open right now for the first session to kick off January 7th, 2026. This is a 10 to 13 week mentorship. It's designed to take you from baking and hoping to actually running your business like a pro. We'll meet weekly, and you'll also get access to, you get all of the information in this mentorship program. You'll also get 2 private consultations with me every month, and we will tackle your specific business to make sure that you stay on track every step of the way. Remember, I mentioned at the beginning of the video how they're literally hunting me down, and I'm not even in business, but I've got something special, and I knew it was special. And that's why I had it for 15, 16 years. I am opening up the business model. After the pandemic, I closed it down. The following year, I said, you know what? I want to travel full time. I can't bake and ship cakes internationally. I've retired my whisk. I built a business that customers still desire. And I'm turning those customers over to anyone that wants to follow the Dessert Cafe business model, which will include over 250 recipes. This is an opportunity for you to take in the customers, the market that is open and waiting. It's instant sales, it's turnkey. Once you've got that foundation in place, you'll have the option to continue into 3 advanced tracks. Growing your business. This means expanding your business and then scaling your business. By the time you're done, you'll have your business completely mapped out, operating and running. You have pricing systems, you have a website, you have financials, you have product lines. So if you've ever said, I need someone to show me how to do this and show me how to do this right, here is your opportunity. This is your moment. Enrollment is officially open. The link is below, and your first mentorship track begins January 7, 2026. And let's make 2026 the year that your baking business finally rises.
Thank you for watching, and remember, success starts with you. No boss just helps you get there.